When I was a little girl, I used to look at pictures with my mom. They would be of her growing up, spending time with her family, going to college, graduating, meeting my dad, and finally I'd come to her wedding pictures. Well, these are my favorite pictures. They're my favorite because I got to see my mom in a completely different way that I hadn't seen her before. She'd be in a beautiful dress with beautiful flowers, surrounded by people in silly bridesmaids dresses, and family smiling ear to ear because they were happy for her on her special day. Well, this got me excited. I would ask her questions like, will I ever get to have that? Will I have a wedding like you have? And she would tell me, of course you will, Felicia. One day you're going to meet somebody and they're going to be great for you and you're going to want to spend the rest of your life with them. This got me excited even more. I was excited to have that beautiful dress with those beautiful flowers and be surrounded by people that were smiling ear to ear because they were happy for me on my special day. Eventually, I found out that you could create a career out of being a wedding planner. That it was something that you could do for a living and you'd make money and be able to support a family, and that was exciting to me. That was what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I learned as much as I possibly could about it, and eventually found out that colleges actually offer programs that would help me become a wedding planner. What nobody could have told me at that point when I decided to do this was that one day the internet would ruin that for me. It would take away my dream and it would steal my passion. Today I'm going to focus on two different websites online that are designed to help women and men create the most beautiful wedding they possibly can have. They're essentially taking the place of a wedding planner. I'm first going to talk about Pinterest, which is a virtual bulletin board, and then secondly I'll be talking about The Knot, which is a creative website that helps people plan weddings based on pictures and information that they've gotten from around the world. First, with Pinterest, you look at these pictures, you decide what you like, you see things that intrigue you and that make you excited, and you get to pin them to virtual bulletin boards. Later you can go back and look and read more detail on the topic. You can learn more about the do-it-yourself centerpieces or flower arrangements, and hopefully the idea is to lower your budget by doing everything on your own rather than hiring a wedding planner. What people don't realize is that actually by doing all this do-it-yourself stuff that you see online, you are actually making your budget go higher because do-it-yourself products are actually really expensive. Wedding planners have a lot of know-how and have gone to school to learn how to stay within a budget, how to do things creatively to still get that desired effect without the added cost. What people also don't realize is that with Pinterest, there are amazing articles about how to plan a wedding under $5,000 or how to get the best bang for your buck, but when they read the articles further, they're seeing that these people that have had these successful weddings for so cheap are actually really well connected. They have tons of people that they can go to and ask for like pictures or cakes being made or something to help them keep their wedding under budget. Most people don't have these connections, but if you were to have a wedding planner, somebody there that knows all these people that have worked with different people throughout their career, you would have connections that you might not have had prior to. Another issue with Pinterest is that it's great to have and it's super fun to look at, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home while laying in bed or sitting on the couch watching TV, but there's no human connection. There's nobody there to sit there and tell you like, this is going to take time, this is going to take a lot of money, or if something goes wrong and you make something that doesn't look like the picture, there's nobody there to kind of calm you down and step back and tell you it's going to be okay. Everything is online, so if something goes wrong, the only person you have to yell at is either yourself or your computer, and if you yell at your computer, it's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to sit there. The second website I'd like to talk about is actually The Knot. The Knot is a fantastic website for creative ideas. It has a virtual color wheel where if you, let's say you like the color red, you'll click red and then it comes up with all the other color combinations that go well with red, and it comes up with tons of ideas. So it'll have pictures of centerpieces that involve red or wedding dresses that involve the color red, something like that. So you kind of see how your wedding's going to look when it's put all together. On The Knot, it does offer a virtual wedding planner. However, when you use the virtual wedding planner, it's essentially just emailing their website and eventually hearing back from somebody within 2-3 weeks. When you're planning a wedding, every minute is important. Every hour that you spend is something that you need for your wedding. You need all the time you can get from everybody. Hearing back within 2 or 3 weeks isn't going to help anyone. By using The Knot, when I was doing my research, I emailed them a question, just a basic question about a flower arrangement, and I didn't hear back from somebody for 2 or 3 weeks, like I said. And then when I did, it wasn't answering my question. It was just like, these are some floral shops in your area based on the zip code that I had given when I signed up. So it's not very helpful. It's not helping anybody plan. It's also, same with Pinterest, taking away that human connection. So there is nobody there to help you. It's all an email system, and there's no phone call or phone number that they give you to make a phone call. So you have nobody to talk to. The thing that intrigued me the most about the Knot was that they offered destination planning. And when you do that, it's, again, just emailing companies in other countries or states that host weddings and that help people plan their wedding. When I was doing my research, I talked to my sister, who's actually planning her wedding, and she's planning to have a wedding overseas. She wants to get married in Costa Rica, and when she was planning this wedding, she would email people and she would hear back, but there was a language barrier because the email she would send through the Knot would be in English because her computer was set in English, and it wouldn't translate well to them. Things would be sent back, and the emails would be misconstrued, or they would be mixed up so that the words aren't meaning the same, or some words just wouldn't translate in general. Especially when it was sent back from a different country to her, the words wouldn't translate as easily as like it might have from English to that language. That was the big issue with her planning her wedding. And then another issue that I found was when I talked to my boss from this past summer at my internship. She told me that she learned as much as she possibly could about the person's language that she was working with. So if she had a bride from a different country, she learned their language as best she possibly could so that she could talk to them on the phone, and she could send the correct emails back to them and make sure that everything was going well and that they would know that this is their day and she's doing everything she could to make it special for them. With this email system that the Knot offers, you don't get that. You just have to email them, hope that they understand, and then you show up on the day of and hope everything's good. If you do show up on that day of and something's wrong, there's nobody there to help you. You did this on your own, and it's now your responsibility to fix it. Where if you have a wedding planner, that person travels with you, they go with you, they make sure that everything's perfect, and if something does go wrong, they're there to fix it. This past summer, when I was an intern at a resort, I was a wedding planning assistant, and at one of our later weddings in August, the power went out. Worst possible scenario for any bride or groom. They were having a great day and the power went out and their food wasn't cooked, there was no air, there was no lights, that means the DJ couldn't play, nothing. Me as an intern, I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do, I didn't know how to fix this, but the wedding planner that worked at that resort knew exactly what to do. She calmed everyone down, she made sure everybody was happy, and then she pulled a grill out, started cooking the food, got some generators with some fans and made sure that everybody was cool. The DJ was hooked up to one of the generators and started playing his music, so everybody was happy. And that's something that you get when you have a wedding planner. It's something that you'll be able to experience with somebody else. They'll be able to calm you down and have that emotion and have that empathy for you when something goes wrong. What I hope to see in the future is I hope that the internet and a wedding planner can come together and mesh well and integrate, because I don't see that technology is going to go anywhere anytime soon. I think that we're just going to keep advancing, and eventually this might be the norm that you plan your wedding from your home. I think it's also really enticing to people to sit on the couch in pajamas watching TV and plan their wedding. But it might be nice to still have that person there that has the know-how, that can come over, help you, tell you that if something goes wrong, they're going to be there to fix it. I'm hoping, because I do hope one day to be a wedding planner, that this is something they can figure out and we can do, because I hope to one day have a job that would be able to help people and still make them really happy. Currently trending right now, it's becoming more common to not have a wedding planner because it is so expensive. They are expensive people to hire. It's typically by hour if it's from a private company or salaried from a hotel. But it's still something that you have to pay for, and it's just an added cost that a lot of people don't want to have when it's their wedding, and their weddings are already expensive. The average wedding in America is $28,427, and adding a wedding planner just ups that cost. So, like I said, one day I hope to have this integrate into the future and be something that we can do together. But for right now, I'm just going to hope that eventually people start to realize that having somebody there is a lot better than having a computer. I'm not upset that the internet's going this way, and I don't think that it's going to completely wipe out wedding planning altogether. I just think that it's making people have these unrealistic expectations of a wedding, and that they have this idea that something's going to be fantastic, but they don't realize all the work that people are putting into it. So one day I hope that we can mesh well together, and until then, I guess I just continue my dream.